welcome to the um, current installment of the Fragments Silicon Reviews. Well, reviews and impressions this week. That is a 3 reviews, 1 impressions video, and we're starting off with the impressions with Temple of Snek. Yes, it's using the internet meme spelling of Snek that I'm not sure how arose, but I'm sure there's a Know Your Meme article on it.
I imagine it has something to do with people on the internet can't spell a lot of the times.
Probably. But it could also be for what is many times a copyright reason. In this case, Temple of Snek references, well, not directly, but the classic game Snake. As in, if you remember having a Nokia telephone, say about 20 years ago, you're familiar with this game's basic mechanics. That is, you play a snake going up against other snakes, and you eat fruit to grow, and, your bodies are deadly, and, your job is to kill the other snakes. It's a game concept that has been around for many decades. I can trace it back to at least 1981 with the game Snafu on the Intellivision, which I did not play back when it was new or, in the 80s. I played that on the Game Tap service. And I think the Snake concept might go back even further. Also, Tron, the light cycles, same idea. Point is, this is a well-worn concept in that particular form. So what Temple of Snek does is it flips the genre. It says, what if we take the growing snake mechanic, but put it in a puzzle game? The answer is a combination that works rather well together. And in fact, I'm honestly surprised. Mind you, this game concept might have been done before. I gotta believe someone else has come up with what if Snake, but with puzzles. That just seems like the kind of idea that would have emerged before 2021, 2022. But if it did, it was in a space that nobody paid attention to, or don't remember. So we got this thing, and the title is pretty on the nose. You are a snake goddess. You are going through a literal temple dedicated to you, I think. I'm not exactly sure if there's a story here, how much of it is, because once again, this is an early access game. This is the frustration with covering early access projects. Especially since, according to its roadmap, I believe it's at the 0.2 update, which means it's actually still far away from completing its 1.0 journey. Or it's 0.3 story mode part 2, music system overhaul. But they've got at least 2 major early access updates before they do the full 1.0 release. And keep in mind, according to the other Steam early access node, this thing is they were estimating spending about a year in early access. I don't this came out in early access in last August. I don't think they're going to make an August deadline. Not if they've got 2 major updates before the 1.0. That being said, it might be hard to measure content and art assets. The game is literally being built as we speak. But core mechanics, I don't think those are going to change. What might change is the type of puzzles added, because I see like there are going to be rhythm-based puzzles. I don't know. It's like I got to the second area of the temple and I got stuck. Like, and I wasn't exactly sure what to do. And once again, I'm not sure if that was because the content's not there yet, or if they haven't delineated how the puzzle's solved. Once again, this is why I don't designate things as reviews with early access, because there's just too many question marks with what's missing. But in terms of impressions, it's a solid puzzle game. It's actually pretty clever in its implementation of the growing snake. What they got there is you've got pressure plates. A big deal of navigating the pressure plates is either avoiding obstacles or making sure you're the right size to hit two pressure plates. And that does become more elaborate as you go through the base of the temple. I think culminating in like a 7 length or 8 length snake or Snek. Um, and though, like Snek, like the original Snake, you really only have to worry about the head. I'd say even more so here, unless you hit the spike traps, because like walls and other obstacles, those are, if your head misses it, your body's going to miss it. And in order to grow, you've got to eat these I don't know, temple guards. I'm not exactly sure what they're supposed to be, what they're supposed to represent. All I know is you're supposed to eat them, and you grow a length. They're not defenseless either. It's like if you approach them from the wrong angle, or if you're in their pathway, and they get to cut you down. So that's another consideration there. Like I said, all in all, it's fairly solid. It's not very exciting, but it works well for the twist it's going for. Also worth noting, this is supposed to have a classic version of Snek or Snake. Didn't try that out because honestly, I've always found Snake to be kind of dull, especially one player. But that's neither here nor there. And another like recent update was the Mecha Snek update, which is basically you can do custom skins for your snake. Like, and yeah, like that's about it in terms of the core. Like, I do like the aesthetics. Like the temple motif works surprisingly well. The music's fine, not amazing, but it once again it works within context. And like the actual graphical styling is probably the best thing about it, because I mean, you might see from the trailer footage or the screenshots, it's got this weird claymation style going on. You know, it looks stop motion. It isn't, as far as I know. This is just, I'd imagine, programming tricks from the Unreal Engine. But as I said, it pulls off the look really well. And quite frankly, we need more claymation games. Like, look, it's a really good art style. I get why we don't get a lot of claymation games, especially back in the day, because claymation involves stop motion, and stop motion is about the most production intensive type of animation there is.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's a world, and it's especially a world difference between, say, Clay Fighter or Claymates, where you have clay, but you're pre-rendering that into assets, versus, say, the Neverhood, which is an actual adventure game in claymation, and I'm sure it took a lot of man hours. Anyway,
Did you mess
Anyway,
with any
like I
of the Snek cam stuff that they had in the trailer?
yeah, like I said, I really adore the aesthetics and like the motions, like
Mm.
really solid stuff. Um, and let me see. So pricing. The game is currently running at $10. Like, I will note that the full price is aiming to be quote unquote slightly higher than the current price. So they may be shooting for $15, $20 here. $10, like, solid enough, I think, to justify a purchase. It's just, I don't think I could recommend a purchase right now because I think that given the content updates on display here, uh, there's going to be more added, but they don't really have a clear timeline. It's like, or rather, their timeline has slipped precipitously. I would say just wait till 1.0. It's solid enough, but I don't think the actual content's there yet to justify a purchase. Like 14, like $15, $20, it's not going to kill anything here. But yeah, favorable impressions on this one. Just, you know, wait until it's actually done. Right. So any questions, comments, or concerns over the Temple of Snek?
I think I'm good.
All right. And Galax is not here yet, so he will not be able to chime in. I'm sure he will be apologizing off air or on air, probably both. Anyway, be sure to tune in after the break as we will be reviewing, or rather, sorry, Petty will be reviewing Street Racer.